Hey Sergi, how are you doing? Thank you for your patience. Hope you're all doing well. This is going to be a love check-in for you, Sag. It doesn't have to be romantic love, it can be family, friendships, colleagues at work, and especially connections where there is separation or no contact. Okay, Saggy, let's see. Spirit, please and thank you for Sagittarius. Only messages of love and light. Negative energy must leave the space now. My field is sovereign. All non-consensual access is now purged and sealed. For the sign of Sagittarius, messages of guidance for love situation, separation, and no contact. Okay, Saggy, let's see what's going on here for you. For some of you, you might be missing this person sexually. Um, that's just for some of you. Remember with these readings, Saji, if I'm reading for the collective, the strongest messages are always going to come through. And if it doesn't resonate, don't make it your story. Okay, let's see. It was a very passionate connection, is what I'm getting. And that is what you are missing. I don't feel like you have found that again. There's something about this connection that was very fiery, maybe inspirational in some way. It sparked your sense of creativity, very fiery connection or energy. Moving slow, Saggy, either you or your person, God of Virgo, surveying the context of the situation, reflecting on the way forward, thinking about different options for moving forward. Let's see the whole situation here before I continue, Sag. Strength. I do feel like it's taking a lot of strength from you or your person to hold back or to tame the beast. And again, I'm getting this beast energy of holding back from the passion of the connection, holding back from the intensity of the connection, and trying to look at things from a very grounded perspective, maybe choosing, head over heart in the situation, Sag. Strength is Leo, so we've got Leo and Virgo energy. Major arcana. I do feel like there's a need or there's a sense or a desire for you to apologize or for your person to apologize. There's a sense that you want to make peace in the situation, just not forget, but just, wipe clean the slate and start over again because page energy is very innocent energy, it's childlike energy. You know, when kids have an argument or, a fight of some sort, it's easily forgotten. They somehow recognize and they don't hold grudges, they don't hold resentment, they just move on. There's an apology and then the connection moves on. I do feel like there's a sense of you wanting or thinking about reaching out with an apology. I am getting a sense of, the ascended master Jesus energy here. So it could be that you and your person connect with the energy of Jesus very strongly as well. But there's a sense of unconditional love here, is what I'm feeling, which is what makes the situations, the separation so difficult. Um, You or your person could be in a firm commitment, Sag, or you could be thinking about your finances here or what that means. Maybe this Planning or thinking long term is about where your abundance lies, where your future lies, who you can make a home with. That's the sense that I'm getting here with the Ten of Pentacles. But it does feel like a connection that makes you feel grounded in a sense. And even if you're not were in a committed relationship with this person, there's a sense of feeling at home. There's a sense of feeling at home with them. There was deception in the situation, though, Sag, and that's what's tripping you up. The sense of feeling like you are lying. Maybe your person was uncomfortable with the deception, uncomfortable with the secrecy, but there's a feeling of stealing away into the night, like there's something you are hiding from other people and also from yourself, Sag. I do feel like there's a sense of a little bit of self-sabotage or self-deception in a way in the situation, not wanting to see the truth for what it is. Um, a little bit of confusion, avoiding the confusion by rationalizing it. That could be the deception, Sag, that your headspace is overcompensating for what your heart is feeling. Because this is a sense of wish fulfillment. But for some reason, I feel like you think this wish fulfillment is not deserving of you, like you are undeserving of this wish fulfillment in some way. This connection feels so beautiful and intense that there could be a sense from you, Sag, that it isn't real, like it is, something ethereal. Messages of guidance for Sag in this situation. Messages of guidance. What is the outcome? I do feel like this is playing heavy on your heart, though, Sag. Like a sense of karma or judgment in some way that you can't seem to let go of. This person does make you feel alive. There could be a connection to sunflowers as well. But it feels like your inner child was connecting with this person. You could have similar inner child wounds to this person. And I do feel like when you were together, it felt like, the inner child in you was connecting with the inner child in them. It feels like unicorn energy. It feels like a beautiful unicorn energy, like ethereal or dreamlike. And that's why you doubt it, Sag, especially if you are used to dealing with situations from, a mental capacity or an intellectual capacity. This was tapping into a 5D sense that you are maybe uncomfortable going deeper into. Part of Leo as well. So you could be dealing with a Leo. There's also a sense of investing, Sag, that you were reluctant to do in the situation for whatever reason. You were considering, different options and whether, which option would result in your investments giving you the sense of abundance. Patience is also what this card is about, Sag. So you are considering where you want to plant your seeds of investment. Again, deception. Again, deception. So I do feel like there is a sense of illusion here. There is a sense of self-deception, a sense of self-sabotage in a way, in trying to avoid your feelings in a way, Sagittarius. And because, the superficial or the general archetype of Sagittarius is one that avoids commitment, I do think that there's a truth to that, an underlying truth, but in the way I see it is that Sagittarius is very angelic. You operate naturally on the realm of the 5D. So 3D world things don't really appeal to you. And there's a sense of escapism from 3D reality, from commitment as well, which is a 3D reality, a societal expectation. So you could be feeling that, Sag. You could be questioning relationships in general and what that means for you. But I do think you are avoiding something here, Sag, in this connection. This person feels like a soulmate connection. It feels like something non-traditional. It feels like an unfamiliar heaven. And why I say that is, the way these two are being united is with the red string and the red tie, which is an ancient Celtic tradition of uniting souls. It's not, do you put a ring on it? It's not anything to do with formal traditional commitment, but it's a sense of a soul connection, a telepathic connection, a feeling that you mirror each other, that you support each other and help each other and reflect to each other. But when you come together, there's a sense of knowing. There's a deep sense of emotional connection here, Sag, that you are unable to escape. Exactly at the bottom of the deck, the 1111 card. Joy, celebration, a sense of home. Behind that, the Empress. You could be dealing with a Taurus here. Anything else for Sag? Final message of advice, please. I do feel this is about getting out of your headspace, Sag. This is about getting away from the overthinking into, excuse me, and now my throat just blocked up. Calmer waters, being able to express your truth, recognizing what your truth is, understanding what your truth is, moving away from the mental conflict, from the mental self-sabotage of what you think this connection might be, and rethinking it. I do feel like this is a level up or a shift from the deception, Sag, and taking a step back and looking at this from a different perspective. The bottom of the deck, juggling options here. So that could be the mental conflict, is looking at different options that you are juggling. This could be related to your goals. This is Capricorn energy. You could be dealing with the Capricorn, but there's a lot of passion in this connection, Sag, and you know that this person can sense you. There's a different kind of connection here, telepathic connection, the High Priestess. It's something you haven't experienced before, so it's more difficult to forget. Okay, Sag, I hope this helped in some way. If you'd like a personal deep dive reading into a situation you're going through, my details are in the description box below. Until next time, sending you so much love, my Saggies.